Hi guys, it's Emily from Novel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is the over 30 book tag. Now, I'm a bit late in the game doing this tag. When I looked it up to do it, I discovered that quite a lot of my friends have already done it, and so I'm one of the last ones to do it. But one thing, I originally saw it on, I think, What Victoria Read channel, and I really wanted to do it. Even though I wasn't tagged in it, I thought it might be quite a fun one to do. But what I haven't seen is an over 40 book tag, and I hit the big 40 last year. So I am thinking about creating an over 40 book tag, but I have noticed there's not very many of my booktuber friends that are in that category. But what do you guys think? Do you think that would be a good tag video to make? Because you guys know one of my goals for this year was to create a tag video, and I'm not sure whether to do an over 41 or one based on friendship. So please, in the comments below, let me know which one you think I should make. And seeing as I haven't been able to find the over 40s book tag, should I do it? I would love to know you guys' opinion on that. I really would appreciate it. Anyway, should I get round to it? I'm not going to tag anyone at the end of this because, like I said, it looks like I'm one of the last ones to do it. But if you are over 30 and haven't done it, please feel free to do it because it's actually a really good, fun tag. Not too long. Quite easy, although I say easy, but some of the prompts have actually been harder than I thought. So this is a really good tag video to do. So I would love it if any of you are 30 and over, haven't done it, please feel free to do it and tag me in it because I would love to watch your video. Anyway, shall I get on around to it? The first one is prompt number 1. Name one of your favourite books that features a protagonist who is 30 years older or older. I really wasn't sure about this. First of all, I thought, do I go with The Flat Chair, which is I've just read, because I think the lead character in that is 30. And then I had a bit of a brainwave this morning when I was about to film this, and I discovered the perfect book, Old Baggage by Lisa Evans. This is based around two very strong women who are definitely 30 and above, Mattie Simkin and her friend Florrie. They are older women that fought at the time for the suffragettes and were suffragettes, and this is them being feisty and trying to think of a new fight. And Florrie is definitely over 30, and she's sort of Mattie Simkin's friend, sort of servant sort of thing, and it's really brilliant book. I absolutely love this. I love Florrie more than I love Mattie. This is the first in her in Lisa Evans' series, because the next one is Crooked Heart, and I believe she's got another one out this year in the next month or so, which I'm definitely going to be getting, and that's B for Victory. Yes, I'm a big Lisa Evans fan, so I can't believe it took me time to think about this. But this is about women who fought when they were younger, but still had fight left in them when they were 30 and above. And something that is very important to me is, I met Chris when I was 25, I became a mum at 33, and to me my 30s were a time when my life changed beyond measure. Yes, I wasn't the rebellious sort, but it was a time when I discovered that what I always wanted was for my children. And I gained a fight that I never knew I had. And so that's what I love about Mattie Simkin, and I love about this book, is that it shows you that you don't have to be young to be feisty. You don't have to be young to have a fight left in you. And it really rejuvenates the idea that age is just a number. I found that I'm stronger now than I've ever been because I've got reasons to fight. And I think as you grow older, you find a strength that you never knew you had. And this book is brilliant for that. So it's definitely one I rave about. So the next one, name a book that represents who you were when you were younger. I couldn't think about this. So one option was, do I go with Anne from Anne of Green Gables? Because the dreamy bit of me that was like created magical worlds and had fun with Charlie, my sister, and created worlds in our loft and had that sort of creativity, that fun side. That was the answer I thought I was going to give. And then my sister Charlie last night reminded me of The Worst Witch. Now, if you do not know this series, who are you? You need to read this. Yes, it's a middle grade book, but it is probably one of the best. It's now on TV as well. And Mildred Hubble is the worst witch at Mrs. Cattle's Academy for Witches. She's always getting her spells wrong, yet she always manages to get by, until she turns Ethel, the teacher's pet, into a deadly enemy. Now, I don't know about the deadly enemy side of when I was younger, but oh my goodness, did I used to get things wrong, and did I used to always be ditzy and klutzy and always doing boo-boos. But I always had the best intentions at heart. Now, when Charlie's pointed this out, I don't know why she thought of me for this. But yeah, I think that does sort of sound like me, always getting things wrong, but normally meant to try hard and keep going and kept trying to do things right. I had the best heart. I always had at least one of my friends behind me, supporting me, encouraging me, and I had a great support network, which is something that's never changed. But the ditzy klutzy side of me, that is definitely me. And always getting things wrong. But I'm managing to get by, yeah, that sort of sounds like who I was. I've always been ditzy, always been klutzy, always been the type to muddle through and just get through. And that really, I love the idea of that. I love to be compared to Mildred, because she shows that you don't have to get things right all the time to be good at what you do and to be loved. And it's important to be loved for who she is. And Mildred gets so many friends because she is just who she is, on what it says on the tin. And something that I've learnt from you guys on here is that it is like that. You guys love me for who I am, no matter how ditzy, klutzy, emotional, messy I am. You guys still love me, so I like that comparison. So the next one is number 3. Name a book that represents who you are now in your life. You guys know the answer to that one. Why Mummy Drinks, especially now that I can drink again. In this, it's Mummy's 39th birthday, so obviously she's 2 years younger than I am now. She's staring down a barrel full of people asking if she wants to come to their advanced yoga classes, polite book clubs, and everyone claims to be tiddly after a glass of Pinot Grigio, and says things like, "Oh gosh, are you having another glass?" Well, I am a lightweight. Just ask any of my friends. I'm the biggest lightweight going, especially seeing as I was off alcohol for so long. I even sent Charlie from Charles Heathcote a tipsy message the other day, and I sent Charlotte a tipsy message, and I regularly call my friends when I'm drunk. I am the klutziest drinky. But yeah, everyone sort of thinks as you get older you have to get sensible, and there's no way I'm ever going to get sensible, am I? But Mummy doesn't want to go quietly into the good night of women with sensible haircuts who live for their children and stand in the playground trying to trump each other with their offspring's extracurricular activities and achievements and boastings. Instead, she clutches a glass of wine, muttering FML over and over again until she remembers the gem of an idea she had. Well, I am not one of these soppy, lovey-dovey mums that tries to push her kids into extracurricular. My kids haven't even got any groups, obviously at the moment, groups and things, but I'm not one of these people that pushes them. I don't boast about who they are. I'm not like my children are perfect, because for God's sake they're not. As you can hear, one of them's in the background downstairs. They're not perfect. I'm not the most natural of mums. I'm not one of those mums that's all about her children, because if I was, I'd probably go mad. I'm one of these mums that likes to see my friends and likes to live, and that's found being locked down more challenging than I ever thought possible, because I still want to be me, and I still want to be me. I love my children more than I've ever loved anyone or anything in my life, but my life is not just them, and that was something that I certainly found as when I became a mum, and certainly now even more, because we've obviously been in lockdown and I haven't been able to be anything other than a teacher and everything else. Do I think of gem ideas? I don't know. Well, I've got this channel, haven't I? I'm me on here. You guys think I'm alright, so obviously can't be all that bad. But yeah, this definitely sums up where I am now. As soon as Mia goes to bed, or Thomas goes to bed, good old pink gin and lemonade. Thanks, my friends, for telling me about that great drink. Doesn't give you a hangover. Best drink ever. Not that I'm supposed to be advertising things, but God, if you don't want a hangover, I don't so much wine, hangover all the time. Pink gin, no. But this definitely sums up where I am now. So the next one was another tough one. Name a book that represents something that has never changed about you. Now, I am not modest. In fact, I do not think my first reaction to this was Little Miss Chatterbox, because, you know, I like to give it the gab. Very big chatterbox. So I asked the person who knows me the best in the world, my sister Charlie, and she said to find a book that got a women character who is determined and never gives up. Because Charlie says, I am determined and I've never given up. Determined's one way of putting it. Stubborn as a mule's the other way. But yeah, I like that analogy, Charlie, so thank you. From the bottom of my heart, that sums me up. Another thing, let you guys know, what do you think is my thing that you've learned from me in the last year or so that I've been on here that has never changed? Because I would love to know what your opinion is. No, I'm not asking you to blow my trumpet, trust me. I know. If you want to put something cheeky, go for it. I love having a laugh. But yeah, so my first reaction to this was, apart from the Little Miss Chatterbox, was Fleetwood from The Familiars. I read this year with the lovely Amy from Amy Pierce I Love Books. Fleetwood Shuttleworth is 17 years old, married and pregnant for the fourth time. But as a mistress of Gorthel Estate, she has no living child. Then she meets Alice Gray, and she's determined to get this pregnancy to last, and she has to fight to get Alice to not be executed, to fight for Alice's innocence. So she is determined all the way through this book. In fact, she grows in determination. She never gives up on her friend, no matter how much her husband and everyone tells her that this lady is in the wrong. She doesn't give up. She doesn't give up on her friend. She's determined and forceful and stubborn, and I love that. And if that is a comparison to me, that would be one of the best comparisons, because I loved watching that lady, reading this lady in this book. It's historical fiction, but it's done in such a way that I love seeing a woman fight, and to fight for what she believes in. I certainly would fight for all of my friends and family, better than I'd fight for myself sometimes, but yes. So this book, it stands out for that alone. If it's me, that's a compliment, but determined, strong, doesn't give up, that sums up the leading lady in this book. So, the next one is a penultimate question. Dun, dun, dun. Not a long video, makes a change. Name one of your favourite classics. I'm not going to go for the one that I would normally give. I'm going to go for the other one that I love. Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. You knew I'd give a Bronte book. You guys know I love my Brontes. And Jane Eyre, I think, would sum me up in a well, because I love the fact that Jane comes from nothing, but she's hungry for everything. I'm hungry for what I can in the world, and I'm hungry to fight for what I want. She manages to survive a tragic childhood. Well, I didn't have that. I was lucky. Through spirit and strength of character. Got those bits. And when she finds work as a governess in a mysterious mansion, she has finally met her match in the darkly fascinating Mr. Rochester. There's no way Chris can be described as darkly fascinating. Lovely, but not. Don't think that's a good comparison. But Thornfield Hall contains a shameful secret, one that could keep Jane and Rochester apart forever. Can she choose between what is right and her one chance of happiness? I got my chance of happiness. I got Chris. I got my kids. That's my soppy bit. Don't be too much gagging on that. But yeah, this is one of my favourite classics. Although this month, Pride and Prejudice is rapidly going up there as a very good one. And with Jane Austen July coming up next month, there may well be some new favourite classics. You never know. But this is one that is brilliant, and I had to give it because I think it sums up strength, who I love, and what I am. And it's Charlotte Bronte, so my sister Charlie, and the other Charlotte. Charlotte's a great name. Very good name. So the last one is, name a book that you would like to read that was published in the year you were born. So I looked up on Google. When I couldn't sleep last night, one of the things I did do was Google what books were published in the year I was born. I was born in the year 1979. Yes, I am old. But can you believe it? The book I got this year, one of my absolute books I remember so much from childhood, The Animals of Farthing Wood, was actually published in the year I was born. And the other book that was published is Life After Man, or Life Before Man. It's a Margaret Atwood book. I will link it in the comments below, that book title, because typical me, I've written down one answer but I forgot to write. It's Life After Man. Victoria, please correct me, but it's that book that was published in the year 1979 that was Margaret Atwood's book. I couldn't find it in time for Victoria's read-along, but yes, that was the published year I was born. This one alone, I can't believe it. Can you believe one of my childhood favourites books? A book that brings back so many amazing childhood memories is this. We must face the facts, Toad cried. Farthingwood is finished, and in another couple of years it won't even exist. We must all find a new home before it's too late. Love, love, love this. Oh, this brings back so many amazing memories. It's not a long book, but it's reasonably long for children. It's about 300 pages. I almost don't want to read it because it's that good, but I do want to read it because it is that good. It's just like, and it's one that's going to be saved for Mia, for Thomas. They are both going to love this, and to think that it was published the year I was born is pretty darn amazing. Anyway, I've actually really enjoyed doing this tag video, and if you are 13 and above, please feel free to do it. Like I said, tag me in it. Let me know you've done it. I will definitely watch it. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel and not subscribed yet, ring on my ding-a-ling, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.